Today we're going to draw a self-portrait, which means you, the artist, are drawing a picture of yourself. We want to begin by making sure that our head shape fills most of our paper and our neck and shoulders touch the bottom. We're going to start by using our fist as a guide for how big our head can be on the paper. We want to make sure that it's in proportion with the rest of our body. So using your fist, you are going to very lightly start drawing around the outside. You're not tracing your fist, you're simply using it as a guide for how big your head needs to be. Notice that I am drawing very, very lightly in the beginning. I like to use the phrase, draw light till you get it right. Once you get that basic shape and kind of curve in of your head shape, you can take your fist away, and then you can finish off the shape of your face. You want to go back in and clean up all of those lines, erasing any of the loose sketch lines that you had as you first were shaping your face. Up next, we are going to start dividing our face down the middle. These lines need to be extremely light because they're going to be erased. They're simply there as a guide so that when we start adding our details such as our eyes, nose, mouth, we have these to show each half of our face because our face is divided in two. Obviously we have 2 ears, 2 eyes, your nose is in half, as is your mouth. Okay? After you've done the line down the center, we are now going to divide it again in half, this time from top to bottom. You don't need a ruler for this part. You can simply use your fingers and kind of measure from the top to the bottom, and if you need to make any adjustments, you can. This line is a guide for where our eyes will be. Typically, we draw our eyes far too high on our forehead, and they're actually in the middle of our face. Now we're going to divide the next part in half again. This is the guide for where the bottom of our nose will be. Finally, we're going to divide the last part in half, which is where our lips will be. And now we have a guide for our eyes, nose, and mouth. Now I like to go in and start adding the neck, which is going to come under the jawline. So a line coming down from each side of the face. And then I like to go in and add kind of a curved line for the top of the shirt, and then make sure that the shoulders come down and out and are wider than your head. Now that we are done with our basic head shape, we're going to go in and add our hair. If you have shorter hair, you're going to need to draw your ears. Your ears will start at the same guideline that we are using for our eyes. Again, making sure that you are always drawing light till you get it right. Nobody's face is perfectly symmetrical, meaning that the eye shape, ear shape, size is the exact same on both halves of your face. But it is really, really, really close. So making sure that you have approximately the same size and shape on both halves of your face is important. If you have earrings, now is a great time to add those in. I'm going to give myself a hoop earring with a teeny little star detail dangling off the hoop. Once you finish the details on your earrings, we're now going to go in and add our hair. It's important to remember that your hair is on the top of your head, which means the line you already drew is perfect for the outer edge of your hair. Unless you have something like a mohawk or a bun, you may need to move the head shape down just a little bit so that you can fit those details in your portrait. However, for most of us, we can start drawing our hairline just at the top of our head. So I'm going to go in now and start outlining the outer edges of my hair. Because I added ears, I have to stop my line at the top of my ear and then continue it down. My hair is a little wavy, so I'm going in with a wiggly, wavy line that goes all the way down to my shoulders. Now I can go in and start adding the wiggly, wavy lines over my forehead because my hair covers the top and front of my head. Once I have a basic outline, I can go in and erase that top curve line because now my hair is actually the top of my head. And I can keep going in now and adding some details, making sure that all my lines are very light because I have light colored hair and I'm going to end up covering over them. But I want to give some basic details so that I know when I'm coloring where to add some different color. Again, filling in because my hair comes close down to my eyebrows and giving myself my center part. If you wear a bow or a headband in your hair, now is the time to add those details in. I'm going to add a very thin headband, so I'm drawing a curved line starting from one ear, going through the middle of my hair down to the other side. Again, all I'm doing right now is getting that basic shape in and refining the line so that I can see it. Now we're going to add our eyes. Using that top guideline for where our eyes should be, we're now going to go in and start adding circles. Again, drawing light till we get it right because we want to make sure that they are close in size and shape. After you get a good shape for your eyes, you can go erase the center line and start adding the details. Remember, your eye has color, which is called the iris. That should be a medium-sized shape inside. Inside the iris is a smaller circle called your pupil. That's the black dot. And finally, you also have a very small dot inside the pupil, which is where light reflects. That will remain white. Now we're going to add our nose. Remember, you can use a nose from the mix and match page, such as a simple curve or even the angled line to the side to get a basic cartoon nose shape in. Me personally, I like to add a more realistic nose. To do my nose style, I'm going to add a curved line that almost looks like a small happy face. And then I add the letter C and a backward C on each side of that curve to give us the outside edge of my nostrils. You can also go in and add an upside down curve to add a little nostril inside your nose if you would like. Once you have refined that line, erase any stray edges. If you want to extend your nose lines up between your eyes, now is the time to do so. I just realized I forgot eyelashes, so I'm going to add those in now. Now for the eyebrows. What you might not know is that your eyebrows change based on what your mouth is doing. So look in the mirror and see how your eyebrows change for different facial expressions. For example, if you are surprised, your eyebrows are going to be very high and curved. If you have a straight or angry face, you might have your eyebrows angling down because we call that like the burrowed eyebrows. For your mouth, you need to decide what you want to draw. I'm going to keep mine happy. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in the top line of my mouth and a nice big curve at the bottom. Once I get the basic shape, I like to go in and add a small section for my teeth that show when I smile, and then my tongue that is shown behind my teeth when I'm smiling nice and big. Now I'm going to go add my eyebrows. Mine are just going to be a basic curve, slightly higher than my eye shape. Now that I am done drawing myself, I'm going to go in and erase all my guidelines and any stray lines so that I am ready to color. Now let's add some color. Ta-da! Now let's look at some other self-portrait ideas. Remember, all of us are special and unique in our own ways, and our portraits should always reflect the best parts of you.